morning, everyone. Good evening and good afternoon to viewers from all walks of life. This is Dysfunctional, and you are welcome to the channel of truth, enlightenment, freedom, and the channel of breaking empaths free. If you are new on this channel, I talk about narcissism and narcissistic abuse. I talk about spirituality, and I talk about personal and self-development. And if any of that resonates with you, I invite you guys to join us. Give us a like, share the video with friends, and you may subscribe if you haven't already. And for those that have always been with us, you are welcome back. And I thank you for your love and support. Now, when it comes to dysfunctional families, I'm simply going to say it the way it is. So you'll not hear me sugarcoating things and trying to put things under the table. So basically, for a person to figure out that they have been dealing with a dysfunctional family or that they are dealing with a dysfunctional family, first of all, they have got to wake up. And guys, I will guarantee you that the moment you wake up from having been dealing with a dysfunctional family, that is exactly when you're going to know the real meaning of pain. That is when you're going to know exactly what pain is all about and exactly what it takes to disconnect from those kind of families. But you see, the problem is, a lot of family members, a lot of people, they are conditioned in families, you know. So they are conditioned with that mindset that blood is thicker than water, you know. Also, you know, we are supposed to be together. Yes, at some point is okay, and at some point actually they're right. We're supposed to be together. We're supposed to be family. We are family, so we are supposed to, you know, do everything together because, you know, blood is thicker than water, and all those kind of stories. So many people around the world, they are conditioned in that format, whereby they grow up believing and understanding that blood is thicker than water. But yes, blood is thicker than water. It's true when you're dealing with a healthy family. But when you're dealing with a lot of dysfunction in the family, then you'll understand that actually your own family is actually destroying you. Very slowly, subliminally, subconsciously, those individuals are actually destroying you. Because again, I'll always say it, dysfunctional families, they're usually run by very toxic individuals at the top. We're talking about narcissists. It can be psychopaths, or sometimes you might even find sociopaths. Now, I remember back in the days in my journey, they were talking about 2.5 years ago, more than 2.5 years ago. So I started coming out. In those moments, I didn't know anything about toxic family units. So I came out. I started doing my videos slowly. I started sharing. I started helping people. And then I was like, I'm actually helping people. And it's like, there is people out there who need to hear what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Even sometimes there is people who need my services. But then I was like, how come that whatever I'm doing, my so-called blood family, they would see what I'm doing. They knew it. Sometimes they would come pop up and maybe even watch my videos. Every now and then they would talk about it when we discuss. But I noticed that actually for some reason, they were feeling some kind of a way about my videos. And little did I know that actually, most of the times, my videos were actually making them extremely uncomfortable. Then I was like, there must be something wrong here. There must be something wrong. Because if it's like, I've decided to take my own path. I've chosen to take my own path. The path that they weren't expecting, because nobody saw that coming. I was like, I said, I'm going to take my own path. I'm going to follow my dreams. I'm going to follow my roots. And they didn't like it. They didn't support me. They didn't come around to sometimes even give me a little bit of a push. Oh, maybe you're doing well. You just keep on going. Just keep on climbing. The only thing I heard, you crazy. I started hearing things like you crazy. I started hearing things like you stupid. And those things would break me. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Those particular comments would break me. I would just come back home and sit down and I was like, how come that I'm helping people and at the same time people are talking about me being crazy, you know, crazy or maybe you're stupid or things like that. Then I was like, there must be something wrong here. You know what I mean? And of course, eventually, like I've told you guys down the road, that's when I actually fall into the whole trap, the whole mess and the whole secret of actually being involved in a dysfunctional family. And believe me, guys, that is the very moment I said, okay, now, finally that I get it, I can be able to extract myself out of that family and continue to live my best life. So, I'm making this video because I know what exactly it means for a person to be conditioned for a very long period of their life to believe that blood is thicker than water, family is family, they should be together, they should do things together. It's okay. Guys, there's nothing wrong with having a normal family doing normal things, supporting each other. We have seen them around the world. There is so many families around the world. They carry on and go ahead to support their own children, support their dreams, sometimes even give them a push. This can be parents who are supporting their own daughters. They want to act, go for it. You want to be a singer, go for it. You want to be a musician, you want to do this, go for it. Whatever it is you want to do, you will see sometimes mothers, sometimes you will see fathers. They will stand behind their own children. They will support them for whichever way, and they will push them ahead to find their dream and to meet success. But when talking about dysfunctional families, I'll tell you something in particular, guys. The very moment when you break out of the box and get out of the box and decide to take your own route, decide to follow your own dreams, and decide to do your own passions, that is exactly when those individuals, they're going to actually turn against you. Because dysfunctional families don't believe that there is family members who are supposed to be better than them. You will see members in those families competing with each other. One is a banker, one is an engineer, one is a doctor, one is this. And they'll be competing. Who has got the best Mercedes? Who has built the biggest house? You know what I mean? Who is the wisest? Who is the smartest? And most of the times, you will see in those families, because I've told you that those families include also a lot of psychopathic and sociopathic and narcissistic people in those families. So a lot of them will start now competing with each other. Who is the best? Who has got the best? And who can do the best? But in a healthy family, you will see people actually, most of the times, supporting each other. They are not competing with each other. They are supporting each other. You will see a brother who is supporting a sister. Maybe she's opening up a salon or things like that, a little shop, or they're trying, whatever part they're trying to take, you will see brothers and sisters, they're supporting themselves to move other family members to the top. Because in those families, there's no competition. So a lot of you guys, you have got to have the mindset that sometimes it is okay when you're feeling that kind of oppression, or when you're feeling like you're feeling uncomfortable staying around certain individuals. It is okay to decide to take your own route, to decide to take your own path. And you don't have to apologize for that because you have taken your own decision. You do not have to apologize to anybody. Because at the end of the day, you realize also that the only person responsible for your own life, it's you. You are the only person, you are the pilot of your own life, you are the creator of your reality. Nobody is going to create for you the life that you're looking for, or the life actually that you need. So most of the times you find a lot of people, they're like, oh, if I decide to take that path, my father's going to be angry. You know, they're thinking about, I don't know, maybe my father will not be happy, my mother will not be happy. And most of the times it's even the truth, because they will usually come out and they will challenge you. They will challenge you, they will downgrade you, they will discourage you. They will tell you all those kind of things, because the moment you decide that you are going to start standing up for yourself and doing the things that you want, those individuals, they will come out, you'll hear a lot of things. You stupid, you crazy, you don't know what you're doing. There's nobody in our family who has ever done those kind of things. I don't know who you think you are. You know what I mean? Because most of the times when you're coming out of dysfunctional families, you're standing for the truth. So most of the times, those people, they cannot digest that truth in a very proper way, the way that you expect. Most of the times, that's why you see they cause you a lot of opposition. So you see a lot of opposition from them, because they're like, have you heard so-and-so is talking about this? Have you heard so-and-so is talking about that? You know what I mean? And most of the times you're talking about them, because dysfunctional families, I've told you guys every now and again, those families, they operate out of dysfunction. So most of the times when you're talking about a lot of things, if you're a person who has come out and decided to jump out of that box, you are talking about a lot of things that they do not like and they're not comfortable with. And that's the reason why you see them, they will usually send you a lot of opposition. They will resent you, they'll reject you. Sometimes they'll even eliminate you out of them. They say you're not a part of us because you're doing something completely different. It is not something we're used to. It is not something we're comfortable with. So they want you to do only those things that they are comfortable with. They want you to stay in their comfort zone. But when you're doing something out of the ordinary, you're trying to get out of the box, and you now start to get out of your comfort zone. And a lot of those guys, they don't know how to do that. They're confined in a very little space. They do not know how to think for themselves, and they don't know how to do those things that actually decided to do. Most of the times, that's why you see many people around the world, they decide to say, okay, let me stay behind and just follow whatever it is the family wants me to do, and say what it is the family wants me to say. So is the family actually pushing family members and individuals? They're the ones pushing their buttons and showing them where they need to go. But at the end of the day, guys, you're going to realize, I've told you my story. I've told you that in the beginning of my videos, no one of them supported me. So what I did in those days, I remember, I was like, okay, so they're saying I'm stupid, or I'm hearing things like I should go get help, or I should go get help, or things like that. I was hearing a lot of negative comments. So what I did, I was like, okay, what I'm going to do, and I'm now going to disconnect officially. In those days, I was like, I want to disconnect, but I don't know how to do that. I'm thinking, I'm somewhere in the middle thinking. But I was like, okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to officially disconnect, and I'm going to see how stupid I am. How stupid am I in that moment? So I got out, I continued to grow, and guys, behold, the very moment I took the decision to get out and start moving towards the positive direction, I started to proceed in ways that I would never expect. I started to grow on a very much more magnificent scale and a very much more big scale. So I started to grow without them. And then I was looking back, I was like, okay, so I remember back in the days, starting my own journey, following my own path, hearing things like, you're crazy, you're stupid, you don't know what you're doing. Sometimes they will ignore you, they ignore whatever you're doing. And in this video, I'm not only talking about families, I'm also talking about very, very close family members, sometimes relatives, even sometimes they could be sometimes close friends. A lot of those individuals, people, let me tell you something, a lot of those individuals, don't be fooled by those mindsets and those programmings that people say family is better than, family is supposed to be together, blood is thicker than water, those kind of things. It is a very, very old conditioning, and those kind of old conditionings, they are meant to keep you in the box and to keep you from growing, to keep you from becoming the better version of yourself. You're supposed to jump out of that box and think for yourself. Because whatever journey you decide to take, it is your journey. It is not your father's journey. It is not your mother's journey. When you fall, you're going to fall by yourself. When you grow, you're going to grow by yourself. But at the same time, they want to see you at the top. But they don't want to see the journey that you're taking. They don't want to see you moving up the ladder, but they want to see you at the top. So when they see you at the top, that's the very moment you see them, they are going to start coming out of the closet. Oh, we've been there watching you from a distance, we've been watching you slowly and everything, but now we see, oh, look at who you've become. You know what I mean? You're such a great person and everything. Now they're going to start praising you all of a sudden. Now they call those individuals dysfunctional for a reason. They're watching you grow. You're developing yourself. You're getting out of the box. You're thinking very hard and very straight. You're getting down there, up there at the top, and then all of a sudden they're coming out of the closet. Oh, we're family. You know what I mean? We want to be a part of you. How did you do that? How did you do this? Now that's exactly when they're going to start coming out and asking for advice and wanting to be a part of it, because at that moment, now all of a sudden you become blood. All of a sudden now, you become their favorite. You become the successful one. Of course, even if sometimes they don't even really like your success, like you think they do. But most of the time, you're going to see those individuals when you grow and move on to become the best version of yourself. They will always come out and pretend that they want to be a part of you. They want to be a part of your progress, and they want to be a part of your success. Most of the times, they'll even ask you for advice. How did you do it? How did you do this? How did you do that? But guys, in this video, I want to let you know, it is going to be a tough one. Nobody should ever fool you and sit down with you and start telling you those kind of programmings that blood is thicker than water. Stay with us. Do what everybody does. Do what dad says. Do what mom says. Stay within the family system and all those kind of things. You cannot grow. I will repeat this, guys, and I will tell you something, that when you decide to hang on to families and you're trying to become a better version of yourself, you're trying to think for yourself and jump out of the box, you cannot grow when you do not let those individuals out of your life. You're supposed to get out for you to be able to find yourself and to find exactly that person you came here to be. So in this video, guys, let me know what exactly do you think about this video. Let me know what you think. Give us a comment in the section below. Guys, remember, you can always book a session with me. We can always discuss so many things. We can always discuss narcissistic abuse. We can always discuss personal development and growth. We can discuss everything. Book a session with me. Leave us a comment in the section below, and you can always donate and support to this cause if you want to. All the PayPal and Cashapp, in the description links below. Until then, guys, it's been lovely and a blessing to have you guys on board. Much love and blessings. Catch you in my next one. There's more signing out. Peace.